What's up guys, it's me, Janne here, and topic for today's video is driving gloves. And yeah, this is gonna be just a talking video, so if you're only interested in the driving, I'll save you the time of this video and telling you there's no driving in this video. But yeah, I'll be listing 5 pros and cons for using gloves in sim racing. And yeah, I've been using construction gloves of sorts for like a couple of years, and then earlier this year I made a purchase of these Sparko KG5 karting gloves that I've been using now for a couple of months or so. So there's at least of a couple of years of experience of using different kinds of gloves in sim racing. But yeah, let's begin with the pros. First pro is that you will look like one, and yeah, obviously when you are, especially if you're streaming and you're driving like well, without the sound effects, but with gloves on, you will look like a professional driver, and people probably will think that you know what you're doing, and then they might see you driving and they see that you have no fucking idea what you're doing. At least sometimes that happens with me. And so yeah, you look like a pro, and especially feel like one too, and you can do the same glove putting on procedure that you have seen your own favorite drivers do as well. And also, if you happen to have a social life and you get people visiting, and they see that you have a rig, and then you have your own dedicated gloves for driving, I think that sends a message that you mean business and you are good, even though that might not always be true, but just good to let the people think that you are really amazing at what you do. And that's why you can justify from being absent of some social events if you can claim that you are a professional in what you do with this kind of equipment. And the second pro is that you have better grip and you have it for longer. Obviously my hand doesn't have any suede in it or any plastic or silicone materials like this glove has, and yeah, it gives you a bit more grip, especially with the wheels that are coated with plastic or leather. And also there's a slight improvement in Alcantara, but not as much with compared to leather or plastic, but yeah, still an improvement over that. And then as well, when you race longer, and especially if it's intensive racing, you tend to sweat a lot and your hands get sweaty, meaning that they get slippery. But with gloves, the sweat stays inside of the glove and the glove itself is still grippy just like before, and you won't make any mistakes before your hands slip on the steering wheel or something like that. Third pro is that it keeps your wheel in better condition. Yeah, just like I said before on the previous pro, that the gloves keep the sweat in them instead of getting directly into your wheel. And also the same with dirt in your hands, it stays in the gloves instead of getting a direct grip or direct contact with the wheel. And especially the case with Alcantara wheels like mine, since they tend to get a bit dirty over time, but gloves usually slow that down quite a bit since they are the middle ground between your hand and the wheel. The fourth pro is that you have something that you can vent your aggression to. I mean, every once in a while we do have bad days in life in general, and also in sim racing and competing and all that. So if you have gloves, it's quite cheap alternative to vent your aggression to just throwing your gloves around and all that, instead of breaking your wheel, ripping it off and crushing it and all that. It's quite a bit cheaper to just go and get your gloves from the corner of the room instead of having to buy a new rim or new steering wheel or new gaming system or whatever. So yeah, that's definitely a pro, especially if you have quite a short temper like I tend to do sometimes. And the fifth and final pro is that you have something to blame. Oh, how I love excuses. My huge fragile ego loves it when I can blame things on everything and anything except myself. So obviously you have a bit of a explanation here. You can say that, yeah, my gloves were slippery, or they weren't on properly, or something like that, and then you can explain why you are 15 seconds slower than the other guys in your league or in the rally or whatever. But yeah, those were the pros, and now let's head to the cons. First con is you are being a con for letting people to believe that you are a professional racing driver, or that you know 100% what you're doing while sim racing. Second con is that you will be sweating a lot more, and yes, obviously it limits to the hands, since if you have gloves on, it doesn't mean that you will have your own personal water park in your armpit or in your crotch area. But yeah, it tends to make your hands sweat a bit more, since there's less breathability around the hands, and usually clothes seem to warm you up a bit, so it makes you sweat a bit more and a bit earlier compared to racing bare hand. And also it makes it trickier to just take a quick little drive, since usually you need to shower or at least wash your hands very thoroughly after sim racing, even for a while. Third con is that it's always a procedure to put them on, like, here's the glove. First, put them on slowly, and then make sure that thumb is in place, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, and pinky. Then pull it back, and from the other side of the sleeve, and then put on the strap. And then put on the other glove, pull it on, secure the thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, and pinky. Pull the sleeve, the other side, pull on the strap, and realize that you need to use the phone. Fuck. No, but seriously though, it is quite a bit of a procedure to put the gloves on, and especially if you are a bit sleepy, or well, not awake or not aware of the situation, and you realize that, oh shit, my stage or my race starts in 10 seconds. It can get rather busy when you're trying to quickly put your gloves on. Fourth con is that they might distract you, since, yeah, at least my gloves, they are still relatively low-end gloves, being cotton gloves, and these have the seams on the inside. So when I flip the glove over really soon, you can see that the seams are on the inside, and they apply a bit of pressure for you while you're driving. And yeah, here you can see that there are the seams on the inside, and they might put a bit of a uncomfort on your hand. It's a bit different with gloves with the seams on the outside, but they are then again a bit more expensive. But yeah, that might distract you, or if you notice that your glove isn't perfectly on and then you start worrying about it and all that, it might distract you and then you might crash. But hey, at least you have an excuse for crashing. And the final con is that they cost money. It's a lot cheaper to have hands than to have racing gloves, especially if you go the route that I went of actually purchasing racing gloves instead of using cheap construction or working gloves. And as I said before, my gloves are still relatively low end, but they cost me 50 euros already. So some proper racing gloves with the seams on the outside, even better silicone materials, better breathability, they will be more, probably hundreds of euros. So yeah, it's quite a bit of an investment, but after all in all, altogether, I do think that at least some kind of gloves are better than no kind of gloves, or no gloves. That's the way to properly say it. Janne, you stupid fuck. But anyway, those are the 5 pros and cons. Thanks for watching. If you have any other pros or cons of using gloves while sim racing, please let me know them in the comments. So yeah, I'll become wiser, and all the other viewers or comment readers can become wiser as well. That's all for now. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys on Sunday with the first round of Slip and Slide Racing League. And the first season, of course, it's gonna be at the Autodromo International to Algarve. And I'll be piloting a BMW M6 GTE. I'll see you guys then, Sunday at 8 p.m. Thanks for watching. Bye.